Guys, let's watch this video. This lady said she went to their Paul's house. I think she said when she was 17, she came to Lagos and she went to their house. Let's listen to her. I haven't seen the video. I just saw it and I downloaded the video and I want to watch it with you guys. Let's watch.
Hi everybody.
We'll delete this post later.
Apologies if you are not Nigerian. If you're not Nigerian, just ignore this video completely. If you're Nigerian, I am posting this video, and if you know me, I usually do not comment. I rarely comment on celebrity issues or trending topics. Okay. Try to mind my business. But this P-Square saga really hits close to home for me, and I just went to add my 2 cents, and I'm not posting this video to go viral. I'm hoping it doesn't go viral, but I'm just posting this for my followers, for, you know, the people that I know or the people that know me who are, you know, interested in this story, and just to give credibility to what Peter is saying. I had a personal encounter, and around this period, 2008, okay. I was young. I think I was 17 at the time. I was writing my first JAMB, and my JAMB center was in Omole Estate. I was living in Lagos at the time before we moved to Canada. Okay. So she was living in Lagos. I was posted to Omole, and I just was on a bike. The bike was taking me to my center, and I just asked her, "Hey, do you know P-Square's house?" Because before then, you know, it was in the newspaper. We knew that they lived around Omole, but I didn't know exactly where. And then the bike, I was like, everybody knows their house, and one white house like that and everything. I was like, "Please, can you take me there?" And because I'm stupid, because clearly you shouldn't do that. So he took me to their house, and I waited outside, you know, was pressing the bell, didn't get any response, because apparently for you to come in, you kind of have to call someone to get into the house, right? And then as I'm standing there, I'm just waiting, being this stupid, patient 17-year-old that obviously doesn't have a job, or that doesn't have anything to do with her life. And then Judenjis is driving out. And so he just like went down. I was like, "Oh, young lady, what are you doing there?" And I'm like, "Oh, hi." I introduced myself. You know, my name is Ifoma. I'm such a huge fan of P-Square. I was hoping to see them. I had a CD. I was like, "Oh, I was hoping to, you know, get an autograph and all of that." We're actually, you know, our villages are so close. My grandmother is from Ifite-Dunu. I'm from Aba, because we're from Anambra. Well, I'm from Anambra State, and our villages are very close. Ifite-Dunu is close to Aba. Right, so I'm like, "Oh, my grandmother is from Ifite-Dunu, I'm from Aba," and all of that. And he was like, "Oh, that P-Square are not around right now, that they traveled and everything, but that they'll be back in 3 days' time. That can I come back?" I'm like, "Yes, I can come back." So he then connected me. You know, he called someone from inside the house, one of their cousins that was living there with them. There was so many people living in the house then, and he asked me to collect the guy's number and that I should reach out to, you know, the guy, and then we'll plan a time that I'll come to the house and be able to actually meet them, right? So I collected their cousin's number. We became friends. We're friends for a while. Honestly, I can't remember. I don't know why I blocked out. You know, my memory cannot remember the name of their cousin, but it was such a sweet guy, handsome boy, sweet guy, and everything. So I came back to the house when they had come back from their trip. I think it was South Africa they went to that period. Then, you know, I connected with them. They signed my autograph. Peter was very, very nice to me. They never actually call them Peter and Paul in the house. They just call them Obum and Chinon. So Paul is Chinon. Wow. So Peter is Obum. So it's called Obum and everything. And I used to always just feel you do like, "Oh my God, I'm here," and everything. And they never try to take advantage of me or anything like that. You know, Peter will always just check in on me. "How you doing? Are you okay? You know, have they giving you something to eat?" You know, I was just this very jobless child. I did not have work. I should have probably started a blog then, but it wasn't a thing. But anyways, around that period, Peter was already dating Lola, but then, you know, they were being guys, so they were also dating a lot of the beauty queens in Nigeria then. In fact, they used to kind of like rotate. This person will date this person this year, this person will date, you know, the person who wins the next year, that kind of thing. So at that point, Peter and Lola had issues and they broke up. And then Peter started dating one of the MBGN ladies. I will not mention her name, but she was the person that they featured in the song Ifunanya. So at that point, he and this lady, they're dating and everything. And then Lola calls. My own version of the story, what I heard was that Lola reached out to him to kind of like let him know that she found out that she's pregnant, and she just wanted him to know. She wasn't trying to for them to get back together or anything, but she just felt like, "Oh, you're the father of the child, you deserve to know," right? And all that. And Peter was like, "Oh, I can't let you do that alone, right? I have to be there for you. And part of why they had broken up was, number one, they were being wayward, and then number two was that his family did not like Lola at all, because number one, she's older than him, and because she was Yoruba, and Jude, used to make some very read comments, which some of which Peter has already alluded to, around because of her age and because of the fact that she was Yoruba and everything. And this was a woman that really helped their career growing up, right? From what I heard then, from insider information in the house, then she really, really supported them, like paying for studio sessions and doing things. She was very, very supportive, even with that connecting them, right, when they came to Lagos and all of that. But they didn't want her. But Peter kind of had to break up with this beauty queen. The beauty queen did not like it, and she's like, "Oh, she's a big woman. She's a grown ass woman." I remember I was in the house the day that Peter and the beauty queen were actually fighting over this, and I remember her saying, "Oh, she's a grown ass woman. She can take care of herself and everything." And Peter was just like, "I have to be with the mother of my child. Like, I can't leave her to do this, all by herself." And so they got back together, and Lola went and had the baby. The very last time I was in their house was actually when Lola was returning back from the US. I think that was September of 2008, because the following year I went to school and kind of like stopped going to their place then. And I remember he was like, "Oh, my baby mama and my son are coming back," and I was like, "Oh, does he have a name?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, his name is Cameron," and I was like, "Oh, thank goodness, that's a wonderful name," and he kind of like talked about how I remember he had made some comments before then about how if it wasn't in music, he would have wanted to be a footballer, and he had said something about wanting his son to be a footballer. So watching them growing up and seeing his son actually playing ball, I'm like, oh my goodness, like the words that we say, right, they follow through. So it is true. The reason why I'm posting this video is, there's so much that have been said and a lot that I am so not privy to, but Jude Engis cannot come and say that he never hated Lola, because even to me, as just a random guest in their house, it was so clear that he did not like her. The family did not like her. It was very much instigated. They hated her, and it was primarily because she was Yoruba and because she was older than him, right? They were never in support of the marriage from the day one, and they made that very, very clear. Obvious. So just again, I probably would never do this. I pray that I never do this, but this one is close to my heart, especially because I was a teenager and these were my idols, right, that I really liked them, because again, they were kind of like my brothers, so villages were very close. And I mean, every girl loved P Square. We loved their music and everything. So yeah, that's my part of the story. Not like it matters or anything like that, but it's just sad to see them going through that. And I think it's really painful for Peter. And I've just been praying for him that God would, just heal his heart and just comfort him, because it's so hard. And I'm grateful that he's speaking up. Sometimes you have to speak your truth, otherwise these people will bury you. That's the truth. That's just the honest truth. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Let me go back to my life of minding my own business. Bye.
Well, it's good. She don't talk her own side of the story. Basically, anybody that knows what's going on will know that it's just the two things she mentioned. If we go tell ourselves the truth, that's the main reason why they don't want her. That's the main reason. They go say, "I ain't be superstar. Waiting one can carry person with senior and do." And moreover, be Igbo as well. We know. Some people, they say, "No, it's not a tribal arrest." We know. May God help us all. May God help us all. And may God help him. Now, even at this junction, may God help Peter, because that guy went through a whole lot. But this lady said she let her live with them, because this story I don't understand. She said she did pass her bike, isn't it? Then they told her that they will be back in 3 days. She now went back. As she went back, did she start living with them? How'd she take all this information in one day where she can't visit her? She can't they visit all the time, or they can't allow her live with them? I don't understand. But yeah, now her own side of the story I saw, and I said, let me come and share with you guys. Whatever you guys need to make out of this story, I'm just a messenger. I'm here to share. And I thought I wanted to share. And guess what? We move.